The Vikings now to start their next drive. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game, because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
2nd and 6 at the 32-yard line.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Here we go, D. All day.
They'll try the left side. It's Turner. Well, still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Mike, set. Blue 60. Hey. Shift. Hey, 70.
Stafford on 3rd down. It's complete to Diggs. Well, that's one of the drawbacks of running the RPO. If those linemen go into run block mode, you can't throw it if they're more than a yard downfield.
Set. Get away, D. Hey, pick your game up. Mike 54.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. The left side caught by Diggs. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 17 yards, 1st down, Vikings.
That's a pretty good throw on the curl route there. 3rd down, and they pick up a first.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it's so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, then they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at their 48-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Here we go.
Out of the gun, Stafford. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the 1st down as well.
The Vikings, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense. But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone.
Set, lady. 54. Hey, tighten down. There you go. Hey, easy. Hey, one set. Check.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down.
Complete to number 27. No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Packers'
2nd quarter now for Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
54 Mike. All day, dog. Watch safety creeping. Safety.
On 2nd down, it's Turner. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
It's 3rd and 10.
The Vikings on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 10. Play action. Stafford. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Adam Thielen, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. That's an old-fashioned death march there, partner. Took them a lot of plays, but hey, they did the job.
And the defense always preaches getting off the field, making a play and turning it back over to their own offense. Unable to do so. A long, sustained drive by the offense.
That'll be taken in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is just going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Push him back. Push him back. Inside.
Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. He's got his man here. It's Green. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Packers. A.J. Green, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A good pickup there at 22. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Give me radar. Check.
And to give this time to the tailback. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Watch 54. Got to do better. Come on, QB, come on. Check 24. Hey, 22. Quick the edge. Come.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3.
Well, when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, first round went to the offense, second round the defense. The Vikings on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, here's Stafford. Getting this into the hands of Turner. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, But that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Packers will get the football at their own 20-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third. Now, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
54, right there.
Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. And able to find Green. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards, first down, Packers. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That one good for 33 and a first.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Tackle made that time by Anthony Barr. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On the delay, Jones. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter, 14-7. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
36 yards on the play. Well, that certainly changes things.
Yeah, I think the thought process is they take this lead into the locker room, run something simple here and run the clock out. Instead, they get the big play. Now they have a chance to increase what they've done in the first half.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Set, get a lady! Yellow 80! Tighten up.
Now on 2nd and 13. Stafford looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. He's got Green. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 37-yard line.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now Rodgers. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. And they went empty backfield, and because of that, nobody was there to pick up the blitz.
And you know that offenses, when they go with the empty backfield, they have different things designed on every play to try to account for things. But what people often forget, defense is audible as well. And a lot of times when they see an empty backfield, they audible right into a blitzing situation.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Here's J.K. Scott now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And how about this? He takes it all the way back. No time, no flags, a punt return touchdown, and a stunning end of the first half.
And they kicked it to him. They kicked it to him.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will take us to the end of the first half of play. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
319! 55 to Mike! You ain't doing nothing today.
They'll go again to Jones. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Rodgers. And he can't quite pick it. No interceptions so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. And he'll take this in at the 1-yard line. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
How about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now.
And the defense loses him. It's complete. Past the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs. 78 yards. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. The second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever, this was a big score to start the second half.
And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now Rodgers. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And he takes it all the way down to the 22. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
Mike. 319. Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it.
On first down, Rodgers gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down. Rodgers now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Hey, 88.
Rodgers again now. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Coverage there by the safety, Harrison Smith.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock Dalvin away and bring up second down.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing is Rodgers. He'll get this one to the Golden Domer, St. Brown. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
And prior to this 3rd and 2 play, we're going to get a timeout call. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Aaron Jones, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers get a score closer. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is down to 11 at 28-17. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Hey, check Mike 50. Mike is the cut. Mike 50. Here we go.
And Diggs has it.
Here we go.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 17 yards, first down, Vikings.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Here I come again. Here I come. Here I come again. 54th month.
On first down, Stafford here. He'll find Diggs once more on the completion. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
Vikings, first down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So into Packer territory now. Here's first and 10, right at the 40.
He's coming.
They'll run on first down. Turner. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
33-yard line.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
Now Stafford. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That one goes for 24 yards.
Vikings, first down. First and goal at the 9-yard line.
Hey, set. 250. 54. Mike 54. Watch the flood. Watch the flood. Watch the flood. Watch the flood. Motion. Pop.
Operating from the gun. Stafford. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Tried to go back again to Adam Thielen, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
It's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. 4th touchdown pass of the game for Matthew Stafford. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Let's go.
Packers take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do. But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
258. Too little, cupcake. Alert flare, alert flare, flare, flare. Watch twist, watch twist. Shoot. Check.
Again, it's Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
And it's 3rd down.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Working from the gun, Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now. He's been terrific so far. Taken in at the 11.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Hey, check. Watch that.
They'll keep it on the ground. Turner. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. He rifles one that's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step one. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still 3-score game, though, 4th quarter. So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 14 yards, good for a Packer 1st down.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a 1st down.
Rodgers now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. That'll bring up 2nd down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
On 2nd and 10, Rodgers, and that's complete to Adams. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Packers make some inroads here on that deficit. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will get them one closer. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. There he goes, right side. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Adam Thielen with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Inside.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. The left side throw complete to Adams. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. He got 29 yards that time. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Check 30. 54. Hey, wahoo.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Get 300. Get 300.
Here's Rodgers to throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And oh, not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe you can expect more passes like that downfield. The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 16.
54, right there.
Rodgers now. From the gun, he'll throw. Man open, it's St. Brown. He's got it. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 18. When we see another great performance like this out of Aaron Rodgers, you have to chuckle thinking that his only FBS offer was a walk-on at Illinois.
And now he's the pride of Butte Junior College, of course at Cal. And I remember watching him play at Cal, and he would run 7-on-7 drills. Angry if the ball ever hit the ground, and didn't do it very often.
Green brings it in. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. And again, it's Rodgers. And he's got it. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Packers get a score closer. Extra point right down the middle. And that will shave one more off this lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
2nd and 2 at the 27-yard line.
Eight yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Turner. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. A run on first down, but it's not going to get them much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9 at the 33-yard line.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Now again, right side. It's Turner. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
Set, 180. Check these, Mike. All you get is a headache. All you get is a headache.
Off of play action. Here's Stafford. It's brought in by Dodson.
Got you, boy.
And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 41-yard line. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Everyone dialed in.
At the 42-yard line.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Vikings, they move back over 500 now at 6-5. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for the Packers, it's starting to look like it won't be their year as they drop to 5-6. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.